Oh my gosh! In a shocking turn of events, Jason Lee has just dropped some major revelations about Beyonce and Jay-Z's connections to Diddy, and fans are now more convinced than ever that the Carters might be more problematic than Diddy himself.
What's that? That's mauve kink?
Feeling marvelous.
You gotta get the shoes though. Y'all know what it is.
The drama intensified after Jaguar Wright made headlines with her explosive appearance on the Piers Morgan show, where she made serious allegations against Jay-Z. Following this, Jason revealed that Jay-Z's team has been persistently reaching out to him, apparently pressuring him to defend Jay and Beyonce. But instead of backing down, Jason added more fuel to the fire during a recent episode of his podcast. He brought up various controversial topics surrounding Jay-Z that have been circulating online, including the mysterious death of Jay's alleged mistress, Kathy White, conspiracy theories about Jay-Z's potential involvement in Aaliyah's tragic passing, and allegations about Jay having inappropriate relations with Foxy Brown when she was underage. This is particularly significant because Jay-Z and Beyonce are known for their silence when it comes to addressing rumors. They've remained notably quiet throughout Diddy's recent scandal. However, things changed after Jaguar Wright's Piers Morgan interview, with Jay-Z's team suddenly reaching out to Jason Lee before he even commented on the situation. This unusual behavior has led many to believe that the Carters are in panic mode. In a concerning development, Jason felt compelled to make a public statement saying that if anything happens to him, people should remember that Jay-Z was trying to contact him. This raises serious questions. Is Jason preparing to release concrete evidence about the Carters' connection to Diddy? And what exactly did Jay-Z's team communicate during those phone calls? Let's examine the details.
Jay-Z, you're watching. I know you're watching, but you got people calling me. Stop having people call me. You can call me yourself. You know how to get my number. You know you got people calling me. Call me yourself, because this right here is going to go viral. We got to be working together to tell our stories. But I will tell you, to the audience, if I do come up missing, all the calls I've been getting have been about him.
Jason first clarified an important point about Jay-Z's involvement with Diddy's gatherings. While he couldn't definitively confirm Jay-Z's presence at the notorious after-parties or freak-offs, Jason emphasized that he personally witnessed Jay-Z at Diddy's regular parties multiple times, highlighting their years-long close friendship.
I told you guys I've seen Jay-Z at the Diddy parties several times, but Diddy parties and Diddy After Dark are two different things. I want to go on record of saying I never saw Jay-Z at a Diddy After Dark party. Then again, I wasn't there, so I don't know who was there. But I know that I saw Jay-Z at the Diddy parties, all of them. I also saw Diddy, think about, at the Rock Nation brunch that I went to. I remember Diddy and Jay inseparable at the party. They're just probably best friends. They probably both grew up in New York. They're New Yorkers. I don't know their relationship. I don't know what business they got going on, but they are really close with one another. They are friends. Jay-Z's also been very quiet as the Diddler's been going through the drama, because nobody wants the Diddler drama because they don't want to end up in the cell next to him. Because Diddy's case right now is starting to turn into the Epstein case, right? Where there's all these allegations of all these powerful people. And, you know, unless Diddy hangs himself in jail,
allegedly,
like he did, so that's still questionable. They think people had him killed. Epstein. We're gonna find out who was on those tapes and who was at the Diddy After Darks with the baby oil and the slimy dildos. Well, as the Diddy drama continues, other celebrities are getting name dropped and dragged into the mix, like Jay and Beyonce. Now, on top of being spotted at the Diddy all-white parties, I told you I've seen them at parties. Now, Beyonce and Jay are usually in the house when all of us degenerates are in the backyard.
Then Jason delved into various conspiracies and allegations surrounding Jay-Z, including disturbing rumors about his alleged mistress, Kathy White, who passed away in 2011 at just 28 years old, reportedly due to a brain aneurysm.
Jay-Z's also been linked or connected in doing business with him. Now, Jay-Z has also been tied to Diddy through rumors and longtime allegations and conspiracies. We've all seen them online, like the one that claims Jay-Z allegedly cheated on Beyonce with Kathy Coriana White. She appeared to be healthy, and then one day she just died. And it became a big thing when she died, because when you know somebody who's young and vibrant and all of a sudden out of nowhere just dies, people start to speculate. Well, she died at the age of 28 in 2011 of an aneurysm. Well, for years, Jaguar Wright has claimed that Kathy was Jay-Z's pregnant mistress who mysteriously died. 24 hours after allegedly claiming to tell the world of their secret child.
While discussing Kathy White, Jason maintained a careful stance, stating that he couldn't confirm or deny whether she was actually Jay's mistress or if she was carrying his child when she died. However, the fact that Jason chose to bring up this sensitive topic on his show raised eyebrows. He then shifted the conversation to Aaliyah and her tragic death, noting that Aaliyah's former boyfriend, Dame Dash, had recently made some intriguing statements about the situation.
Another person calling out Jay-Z is somebody that knew him before all of us, that was super close to him, and that's Dame Dash. Now, before Beyonce and Jay-Z's attorney came for Jaguar, Dame recently commented on her explosive interviews and said some of the things that she said were things he's thought of and experienced himself, like the rumors and allegations of Jay-Z being behind Aaliyah's 2001 fatal plane crash.
Allegedly.
He said this over on the American News Network. Dame spoke about his ex's death and about walking away from a deal when Jay-Z collaborated with R. Kelly for their best of both worlds album. Remember that thing dropped and then fell apart. And then that dropped a year after Aaliyah died. That's what he had to say.
When it came down to R. Kelly, there was a conversation had about the moralness, like it's morally wrong to do a project with someone that we know, my girl, or anybody for that matter. So I do know that that conversation was had, and I was really surprised that he moved forward with that relationship. But I do know that when that project did come out, I didn't want any part of that project. I didn't want any of the money to go to Rockefeller or me when it came to Rockefeller. It was around the time that Jay was trying to kind of separate himself from us. And he was saying that he didn't want to be a part anymore. And we resolved that issue with, look, if you want, because he wanted me to dilute and he wanted Biggs to dilute. And I wasn't diluting because I know what I mean and what I do for business. And Biggs was ready to dilute, but our OG, Deuce from St. Croix, kind of stepped in and was like, that's not right. And that's how we resolved it. The way we resolved it was, yo, you keep all the money from that project. I don't want no parts of it. Be best of both worlds. I think homie has to answer some questions right now. But if he doesn't, it just, you know, again, it's gonna make people ask more questions. And me as a person that knew him, you know, I'm very curious to know the stuff that they say about Aaliyah. I mean, I'm human. And when I look at things, like again, a lot of things are weird right now. So I'm reflecting a lot. So I'm thinking, I'm like, well, homie might, you know, he was salty a little bit because he was trying to get at Aaliyah and I was trying to get at her. But, and I know that there are people that benefited from her death. For me, when I hear these conspiracies, I'm like, how could they be that powerful that they could get a plane or someone to crash a plane? Like, then they just be, I don't want to say I'm underestimating people, but I don't give people, like, that's like, yo, that's the most illest gangster shit from Pablo Escobar. You could actually get a plane to crash. And then, you know, I hear a lot of rumors about me, like I sacrificed her and some dumb like that. Like, I don't want to believe that, but it does make me think it through, you know? So again, in this moment, just because there's so much gray area on a legal level, not what I'm suspecting, but like, you know, now real. Or if it isn't real, people are gonna have to prove that it's not real. And it's a moment where I'm curious. If any of that is true, I have to talk to a therapist because I don't know what I don't even know. I can't even like, I don't even want to go down that kind of a rabbit hole. It's just too crazy to think that me as a regular dude was in something that was just, you know, so dark, evil, and so strong and powerful. like this could even be almost a reality. It's kind of ill, you know, to see the things that affected your life in such a big way, for people to have different variations of what may have happened for someone that I love so much. Like, what would I do if I find out that somebody actually intentionally did that? I really don't know.
But Jason wasn't finished. He proceeded to discuss something that Jay-Z has reportedly tried to keep under wraps. It concerns Desiree Perez, the president of Roc Nation, who allegedly has a background as a former dealer and was rumored to be an FBI informant.
Woman running Jay-Z's company used to traffic. We know this. We know, allegedly, that Desiree was connected to the cartel or to the people who were killing people and selling. Now, whether she was not or not, Jay-Z can choose whoever he wants to run his company. And I met her before, and she gave me permission to speak to the Don, because that's what she was. The problem is, y'all are starting to realize that God is bigger than you. All the people y'all paying to intimidate people, not Jay-Z, but the industry, paying to intimidate people, threaten people, kill people, hanging them off the side of it. Y'all doing all this reckless ass shit as multi-millionaire billionaires. You deserve all the downfalls that you get. And this is the glass that nobody thought would ever have a crack in it. Well, until we saw the video with Solange kicking you in the elevator. I don't know what that was about.
Jason acknowledged that he needs to be extremely cautious with his words, especially after Jay-Z and Beyonce allegedly threatened Piers Morgan. However, the mere fact that he brought up these allegations on his show speaks volumes. The conversation about Jay-Z potentially being as problematic as Diddy is gaining momentum daily. It's well documented that Jay-Z and Diddy have maintained a close relationship for years, with Jay-Z openly displaying their friendship.
And Bad Boy was like one of the first labels really, you know, to have like a, well, not, you know, CEO, young black CEO, and the way he was doing it was so fresh and so new. Excuse me, Puffy, there being, you know, we got a lot of respect for them. We liking everything they got coming out of it.
But Jay-Z's ties to Diddy aren't the only controversial aspects of his past. Over the years, Jay-Z has faced numerous serious allegations, ranging from claims that he deliberately undermined other black artists and black-owned companies to accusations of making backdoor deals with white label executives to maintain his position at the top.
Sean Combs and Sean Carter have been working together for the better part of 25 years to find a way to take over full control of the entertainment industry. They have been slumping and sidelining relevant hip-hop communities for decades so that they can have control.
Then there are the darker allegations. Rumors suggesting Jay-Z's potential involvement in making people disappear. Even Jay's former close friend Kanye West once claimed that Jay has killers and expressed fears about potentially being eliminated for speaking out.
Beyonce, I was hurt. Because I heard that you said you wouldn't perform unless you won Video of the Year. Jay-Z called me, hey bro, Jay-Z, I know you got killers. Please don't send them out my head.
In a disturbing turn of events, just one day after Kanye made these statements, he experienced an episode at his former personal trainer Harley Pasternak's house and allegedly came close to being placed under a conservatorship similar to Britney Spears.
I don't get any weapons or anything like that.
It's the 911 call made the night Kanye West suffered a mental breakdown.
You're his doctor, sir, is that correct?
Yes, correct.
Kanye's personal physician, Dr. Michael Farzam, called 911 after the singer acted erratically at his trainer's house. Dr. Farzam is a concierge physician who makes house calls in his BMW. He requested police backup.
I'm just calling for my cell phone to request if we can have some police backup because I don't think the paramedics, I think he definitely is going to need to be hospitalized.
According to reports, the doctor told 911 he needed help for a male with mental illness.
Adding to the controversy, 50 Cent has also publicly questioned Jay-Z's relationship with Diddy. After Homeland Security raided Diddy's properties in March, Diddy shared a meme featuring Jay-Z's face on a milk carton with the caption, "Anybody seen Jay LOL?" adding that Puff said he ain't answering his phone. However, no one has been more vocal about criticizing Jay-Z than his former background singer, Jaguar Wright. What's particularly notable about Jaguar's claims is that she rarely uses the word allegedly when discussing Jay-Z. In fact, she openly challenged Jay-Z to take legal action against her so she could reveal everything she knows.
I'm gonna make it easy. Sue me.
Yes.
I want to be sued. I want to be sued.
Jag, why do you want to be sued?
Because I want to have to go to court. Because if I go to court, I gotta swear on the Bible to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And I believe in the God that they say that it's all about, so I'm not gonna lie. And then I get to say all of those things that I haven't said on court record in front of a judge, which could open up other investigations into other things, which is why y'all want me killed. Sue me, please.
Jaguar's approach stands out because she doesn't just hint or make subtle suggestions, she makes direct accusations. Over the years, she's made serious allegations about Jay-Z, including claims that he was involved in multiple eliminations. Let's start with Jay-Z's former friend. The late Harlem rapper Big L Jaguar had a personal connection to this case, having dated Big L in the past, and she's consistently spoken positively about him. In the early 90s, Big L was considered a legend in Harlem's underground hip-hop scene and secured a deal with Columbia Records in 1992. While his debut album performed well, Columbia dropped him less than a year later, citing creative differences. Following this setback, Big L took control of his career by launching his own independent label and began working on his second album. During this period, Rockefeller co-founder Dame Dash initiated discussions about potentially signing Big L and his crew. However, the situation took a dark turn. Just as these talks were progressing, Big L was killed in a drive-by shooting in Harlem. Gerard Woodley, one of his childhood friends, was arrested for the crime but was released due to insufficient evidence. To this day, Big L's murder remains unsolved. According to Jaguar, this wasn't merely a coincidence. She believes this was the first of several mysterious deaths that cleared the path for Jay-Z's rise to power. In fact, Jaguar claimed Big L had warned her that Jay-Z might try to unalive him.
Armed to the teeth and ready to kill you. Sean Carter, I believe everything that Big L ever told me. He never lied to me. Lamont never lied to me. And the last time I was with him, he told me that you was going to try to. And he told me not to trust you. And he told me to watch out for you. And he told me that your greatest sin is coveting, Sean Carter. You're a coveter.
Next in the timeline is Aaliyah, whose tragic death in the 2001 plane crash has always raised questions among fans. There are numerous suspicious details surrounding Aaliyah's passing, but perhaps the most concerning is the fact that Aaliyah was allegedly given a pill and carried onto the plane while unconscious, despite having explicitly told her team she didn't want to board that plane, Kingsley.
Kingsley Russell, who was 13 at the time, was in the car that drove Aaliyah and her team to the airport for their return flight to Miami. According to Kingsley Russell, they took her out of the van and she didn't even know she was getting boarded on a plane. Russell says she went on that airplane asleep.
Jay-Z's connection to Aaliyah is complex and multifaceted. First, Jay-Z maintained a close relationship with R. Kelly during the period when Kelly was involved with young Aaliyah. Even after learning about Aaliyah being one of Kelly's victims, Jay-Z didn't distance himself. In fact, the same year Aaliyah passed away, Jay-Z and R. Kelly collaborated on their joint album Best of Both Worlds. The situation becomes more complicated when considering Dame Dash's account. According to Dame, Jay-Z had an obsession with Aaliyah and persistently pursued her. However, Aaliyah chose to date Dame instead. And if we believe Jaguar's account, Jay-Z's ego couldn't handle this rejection.
Sean Carter is responsible for enacting Hype Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane to move her out the way as punishment for rejecting him, and so he could level up Beyonce, who was struggling.
Another tragic case involves Kathy White, a young woman rumored to have been involved with Jay-Z before her mysterious death. The timing of Kathy's sudden passing in 2011 raised numerous questions, and the sequence of events contained several suspicious elements. Rumors about Jay's relationship with Kathy had been circulating online throughout 2010 and 2011. Then, on August 28, 2011, Beyoncé announced her pregnancy at the MTV VMAs. Immediately after the ceremony, Jay and Bey flew to Italy for a vacation. Just 3 days later, on September 1st, 28-year-old Kathy White was found dead in her Manhattan apartment. 3 days after Kathy's death, on September 4th, Beyoncé celebrated her 30th birthday in Italy. Interestingly, there's a peculiar coincidence regarding birthdays. Beyoncé, Jay-Z, and Diddy all have birthdays on the 4th of different months. Beyoncé on September 4th, Diddy on November 4th, and Jay-Z on December 4th. This has led to a conspiracy theory suggesting that when these three want to eliminate someone, they do so around their birthdays. Consider these cases. Kathy White died 3 days before Beyoncé's birthday. Diddy's ex, Kim Porter, died 11 days after Diddy's birthday. Kim Porter's ex, Shakir Stewart, died on November 1st, 2008, 3 days before Diddy's birthday. Rapper Pimp C, who had ongoing conflicts with Jay-Z, died on Jay's birthday, December 4th, 2007. Then there's the case of Jackie Avant, wife of legendary music executive Clarence Avant, who was killed at 81 during a home invasion on December 1st, 2021, 3 days before Jay-Z's 52nd birthday. According to Jaguar Wright, just weeks before his wife's tragic murder, Clarence Avant had attended a Roc Nation event where he encouraged Black executives to unite and uplift their community.
Last November, 2021, there was a Roc Nation brunch. Clarence Avant, the Black godfather of the industry, responsible for Quincy Jones' career, brought us Bill Withers, took care of in the game for the Jews for many years, decades. At the dinner, he expressed he had no interest in retiring, and he was looking forward to working with Roc Nation to build a better, brighter future for our people in music. 3 weeks later, some random wanders into his mansion with armed security and all that with a AR, a rifle, and shot his 80-year-old wife, Jacqueline Avon, in the back.
Given the Carters' connection to Diddy and the suspicious deaths of various people linked to them, it's not surprising that fans are viewing Jay-Z and Beyoncé with increasing skepticism. From Big L to Aaliyah and Kathy White, too many individuals who cross paths with the Carters have met mysterious ends. Now, Jason Lee is adding to these concerns by suggesting that Jay-Z might make him disappear too. During his recent podcast episode, Jason revealed that Jay-Z's team has been constantly calling him since Jaguar Wright's appearance on the Piers Morgan show. According to Jason, something seems off because he hadn't even commented on Jaguar's claims, and this marks the first time Jay-Z has ever had people reach out to him.
What's that? That's Marv King?
Feeling marvelous.
You gotta get the shoes though. Y'all know what it is.
Close friendship. Beyond his ties to Diddy, Jay-Z has faced his own set of troubling allegations, from claims that he deliberately undermined fellow Black artists while collaborating with white record label owners to rumors about having people unalived. Even Kanye West publicly stated that Jay-Z has killers and expressed concerns about being eliminated for exposing how the Carters allegedly used blackmail to secure awards.
Beyonce, I was hurt. Because I heard that you said you wouldn't perform unless you won Video of the Year over me. Call me, hey bro, Jay-Z, I know you got killers. Please don't send them out my head.
50 Cent has also publicly speculated about Jay-Z's friendship with Diddy. Following recent raids on Diddy's properties, 50 shared a meme with the caption, "Anybody seen JLOL Puff said he ain't answering his phone." However, no one has been more vocal and consistent in calling out Jay-Z than his former background singer Jaguar Wright. Unlike others who hint at allegations through memes and subtle references, Jaguar takes a direct approach. Over the years, she's made some seriously shocking revelations about Jay-Z, going as far as listing people she claims Jay had eliminated. Let's examine these cases chronologically, starting with Harlem rapper Big L Jaguar, and Big L had a brief romantic history in their youth, and she's always spoken positively about him. In the early 90s, Big L was a local legend in Harlem's underground hip-hop scene, known for his exceptional freestyle abilities. In 1992, Big L signed with Columbia Records, and his debut studio album was released the following year. Despite the album's success, Columbia dropped him less than a year later, allegedly due to creative differences. Big L then launched his own independent label, Flamboyant Entertainment, and began working on his second studio album. He caught the attention of Rockefeller co-founder Dame Dash, and they started discussing the possibility of signing Big L and his crew as a group. However, just days into these negotiations, tragedy struck when Big L was killed in a drive-by shooting in Harlem. The case took a suspicious turn when Gerard Woodley, one of Big L's childhood friends, was arrested for the crime. However, investigators lacked sufficient evidence and had to release him. To this day, Big L's murder remains unsolved. According to Jaguar Wright, this was just the beginning of a series of mysterious deaths that paved the way for Jay-Z's rise to the top. In fact, Jaguar claimed that Big L had warned her that Jay-Z would try to kill him and even hinted about it in his track, The Enemy.
I'm to the teeth and ready to kill you. Sean Carter, I believe everything that Big L ever told me. He never lied to me. Lamont never lied to me. And the last time I was with him, he told me that you was going to try to kill him. And he told me not to trust you. And he told me to watch out for you. And he told me that your greatest sin is coveting, Sean Carter. You're a coveter.
Moving to the next chapter, we have the late princess of R&B, Aaliyah, whose death in that tragic plane crash in 2001 continues to generate discussion among fans. There are numerous suspicious circumstances surrounding Aaliyah's death, enough to warrant its own investigation. But one major red flag is that Aaliyah was allegedly given some kind of pill and carried onto the plane unconscious, after explicitly telling her team she didn't want to fly on that plane and attempting to return to her hotel.
Kingsley Russell, who was 13 at the time, was in the car that drove Aaliyah and her team to the airport for their return flight to Miami. According to Kingsley Russell, they took her out of the van and she didn't even know she was getting boarded on a plane. Russell says she went on that airplane asleep.
Regarding Jay's connection to Aaliyah, we know that Jay was close to R. Kelly, and even after learning about Aaliyah being one of Kelly's victims, he maintained their relationship. In fact, the same year Aaliyah passed away, Jay and R. Kelly began working on their joint album, Best of Both Worlds. But there's more to the story. According to Dame Dash, Jay-Z was obsessed with Aaliyah and made numerous attempts to pursue her. While rumors suggest Jay-Z had some involvement with Aaliyah, she reportedly disliked his controlling nature and preferred spending time with Dame. According to Jaguar, Jay's ego couldn't handle this rejection.
Guess that's why he had her killed.
Ugh.
Prove me wrong, sue me or kill me. You killed that young woman. Who the else would have known better how to have someone posing as Dame Dash's personal assistant call Aaliyah so strategically and tell her she needed to rush to the hospital in Miami because Dame was on his deathbed. Dame wasn't nowhere near Miami and he ain't have no assistant call Aaliyah. Who the else would have known that other closest ally, his best friend, that was before him? Prove me wrong, sue me, or kill me.
Kathy White, who died mysteriously in 2011. The timeline here raises numerous questions. Reports about Jay's alleged affair with Kathy circulated on the internet throughout 2010 and 2011. Then, on August 28, 2011, Beyonce revealed her pregnancy at the MTV Video Music Awards, after which Jay and B immediately left for Italy on vacation. 3 days later, on September 2nd, Kathy White was found dead in her Manhattan apartment at just 28 years old. While news of Kathy's death was quickly overshadowed by headlines about the Carters' pregnancy, the story didn't completely disappear. In July 2017, journalist Liz Crokin tweeted, "When Kanye West says Jay-Z has murderers, I believe he's talking about the people who killed Kathy White." More recently, Liz reshared her old tweet adding, "Hey Jay-Z, I was the reporter who talked to your alleged mistress right before she was murdered. I know everything. I know what you did. Go for yourself. Your time is coming. Maybe you and Diddy can share a prison cell together. Justice is coming." The most recent death that Jaguar Wright claims involved Jay-Z was that of Jackie Avant, wife of legendary music executive Clarence Avant. Known as the Black Godfather, Clarence had worked tirelessly to ensure fair treatment and compensation for Black artists. Tragically, on December 1st, 2021, just 3 days before Jay-Z's birthday, Jackie was killed at age 81 during a home invasion at the Avant's Beverly Hills residence. According to Jaguar, just weeks before his wife's murder, Clarence Avant had attended a Rock Nation event where he discussed how Black executives should work together to improve their community.
Last November 2021, there was a Rock Nation brunch. Clarence Avant, the Black Godfather of the industry, responsible for Quincy Jones' career, brought us Bill Withers, took care of in the game for the Jews for many years, decades. At the dinner, he expressed he had no interest in retiring, and he was looking forward to working with Rock Nation to build a better, brighter future for our people in music. 3 weeks later, some random motherfucker wanders into his mansion with armed security and all that shit with a AR rifle, and shot his 80-year-old wife, Jacqueline Avon, in the back.
While some continue to dismiss Jaguar's claims and label her as crazy, many others are beginning to question why so many people connected to Jay-Z and Diddy have died under mysterious circumstances. These observers suggest there must be some truth to Jaguar's allegations. One fan commented, "Jaguar Wright was right. Jay-Z is worse than Diddy. He just moves differently and in silence, but his impact is colossal in spirit, not just flesh. He's scary, very scary." Another added, "One thing is for sure, nothing stays hidden forever. The truth will find its way to the light. If Jay-Z is also a part of this, one way or another, he will be exposed." But what's your take on all these allegations about Jay-Z? Do you think Jaguar is telling the truth? Let us know in the comments, and then check out this next video. Goodbye. This next video. Goodbye. This next video.